Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Bobcom speaking, and we're going to look at some more of my online battles. So today I'm playing as the Beastmen, and it's a 2v2. My ally is the Empire, and we're up against two Dwarven players. So my army comps consists of Kazrak, mainly because he's really good at taking on infantry, so I thought it would be pretty decent against the Dwarves. I've also gone for a Bray Shaman of Death, and I've given him the spell's aspect of Dread Knight, and I think it's Soul Blight or something like that. Basically it causes terror and gives my units the fear ability, so pretty good. Not going to be too great against the Dwarves because they have a good leadership, but I was just sort of testing it out, sort of been reading up about the Beastmen recently, and I read this online one of the forums. That seems like a pretty decent tactic to use. So I've gone for I think it's 4 or 5 units of Beast to Gore herds. Yeah, 5 units. I've also got some Razor Gore herds over on the right flank, and I was also wanted to test out the Centaurs with throwing axes, because you see that they have armor piercing missiles. I didn't realise they had armor piercing missiles. I always thought the cavalry for Beastmen was pretty crap, to be honest, but thinking about that and the Dwarves and how slow the Dwarves are, I'm thinking this might be a good shout to have, especially if you can tie up the range units. I've also got Ungor Raiders, 2 of those, some Centaurs, normal Centaurs, and I've also got just Centaurs with great weapons, again armor piercing. So the tactic here was to sort of just try and draw them in, also bum rush them as well. They didn't really bring too much artillery, which was kind of a shock. They only got 2 units of cannon there, and this Dwarven player didn't bring any. So I was quite happy with that. They went Gyrocopter and Gyrobomber heavy, because I think that was mainly because I was playing as the Beastmen. They didn't think they'd have many range units. But yeah, we're going to move on to Empire. So we've got 4 units of swordsmen, so 3 units, 1 unit of halberd there. We've got silver bullets, handgunners, crossbowmen, hammer of the witches, and a sunmaker. He's also got Karl Franz somewhere, and he's also got the Sigmar Sons. And then his cavalry is the Oiled Orc Graphite and Knights of the Blazing Sun, and then some Outriders with grenade launchers over here on the right flank. Dwarven players, like I said, got Gyro Bombers ×2, Gyrocopter with Brimstone, Iron Breakers, lots of Iron Breakers, Longbeards with great weapons, hammers, 2 units of Slayers, which I didn't actually realise they even had when I decided to charge in later on. And then Ungrim with some Thunderers, and a Runesmith. Second players, Dwarf Warriors, Iron Breakers. So he's gone for a more smaller, elite sort of type army with the Iron Drakes, Troll Hammers. So he thought I was going to go for anti-large. I just said that in the chat. I hope they go anti-large. But yeah, so let's get this started. I also bought a Gorball. Obviously, I'm not going to play Beastman and not use a Gorball. So it's a pretty slowish start, I should say. There's a few artillery exchanges, just let them pound a bit. Stunties get pounded on by artillery. So they move their more elite units out of the way, basically left their cannons sort of in the line of fire. We've got this one guy that's like absolutely crumpled. So that's it. So we were sort of hidden sort of here for the time being. Basically what we're trying to do is sort of just bait them in, get them as close as we could, mainly almost to the tree line hopefully, and then I'll charge out and sort of close them down. Surprisingly, I was trying to get my Gorball around this flank, and amazingly, he didn't send any of his units round to take me out. He could have sent, personally I would probably send Ungrim Iron Fist back type by the Troll Hammer torpedoes. Of course he didn't know I had this. If he'd have done that, I would have got him in the back. That's what I was basically trying to do, sort of bait out certain parts of his army. You can see our plan's starting to work. They're moving up here, and now our cavalry is starting to move around on the flanks. You can see my units are getting ready to move up. I've got the archers here. Again, they can stalk, so they're going to be unseen until they get to about there. See my Gorbal still sort of moving up. Still hasn't. I don't even know if it's been seen. Oh yeah, so he sends his gyro bombers over to attack my Gorbal. Which again I didn't mind because I could have sent my just moving up my cavalry now. So you can see that they're completely letting their flanks go uncontested pretty much. They're trying to move some gunners here, sort of form a line. But of course I don't know, I've got this stuff here and they will soon enough. Oh, excuse me. So I just kept them on the crest of the hill for now. Just so they're still hidden. Didn't want them to spring my trap too early. See the gyro bombers, gyrocopters and gyro bombers are getting caught out by the flying units now. So good again, we're trying to bait them out. Personally, if I wouldn't have used these so early, these are support units, they shouldn't be the first ones in. Now I was going to charge my men in, which you can see in a second. You see as well, I'm going to start dropping the Bratian and Law of Death stuff in just a second. So there's a bunch of Iron Breakers and Dwarf Warriors, so I hold my own pretty well against this sort of stats. Just watch this come in. You see I'm dropping, so these guys are now going to cause fear, and this here is going to be the Doom and Darkness, so that's what it's called. So minus 16 leadership there on the Dwarves, and Aspect of Dread like 8+ leadership and causes terror. Can cause terror. So you've got Operation here, you've got Kazrak on there as well. Knocked on his ass by the Iron Drake troll hammers. It's not too great, so I'm trying to get him in. I was just attacking him rather than particularly. Again, this dwarf player wasn't really microing too well. He should have just set these guys up and moved troll hammers back and set them up here. Which I think he kind of does eventually, but not to a great effect. At this point in the chat, I was kind of like, dude, you need to move your units forward. Come on, you need to commit. What you're doing is all these infantry units is not being used. I wasn't sure if he was playing, but he did send me a message saying sorry I was microing all my cavalry. He's trying to get his cavalry units over here. So I'm doing the opposite. When I'm fighting infantry, I'm left with my Razor herds getting shot at over here. I'll soon rectify that. So let's have a look over here. I'm moving in my cavalry. So again, these are more just to tie up the enemy. They've got great weapons as well. I want my archers to do most of the damage. Especially these guys. I'm actually sitting here, my Gorbal was smashing up Ungrim. I was like, why are these guys firing? I looked at them because they were in Vanguard. I turned off the shoot at will ability. So for a while they weren't actually firing, which is my own bad. You can see Gorbal having fun with Ungrim here, knocking him around like a little golf ball. There we go. I think I finally realised now. Ungrim's getting pounded on by Gorbal. And here we go. Now my guys are starting to throw their throwing axes in. This is pretty brutal. These throwing axes, like they did so much damage. I can't even. Like, he's getting look at just bouncing off him. It's beautiful. Again, I should have put them on. But you can say that they still did pretty well, because they have arm piercing weapons, so they actually did pretty well against the hammers and melee. This year, Centaur is a great weapon. Amazingly, like they just didn't really do much. Sort of trimming down my archers. Like you see, they were blocked up here. But you could have just easily sent some units over here. Like you just let my men come back. So my Gorbal is still fighting Ungrim. He's just gone. Ungrim's just done this. So my allies now sort of clearing up the rest of the infantry around here. My infantry is now retreated. I pulled them back. But this is where something really what happened. Instead of like seizing their chance and attacking, which would have been good for us because we could have countered it, they kind of stopped. They just stopped moving. They kind of looked like they were going to form up. They kind of got to around here-ish. They kind of stopped, turned around and went back. Because they realised we still had lots of units back here. So my men managed to recover. So that's good. So again, now my Centaurs are. Oh, let's look at that. Yeah, my Centaurs are getting pounded by the iron breakers there, so sent the gore ball in, backed up by the razor gore herds to shut them down pretty quickly. So that pretty much got rid of them straight away. So this is what I like to do with my range units once I actually start moving them. Try and position them so if one of them gets attacked, my other one can actually shoot into the back of the lines. So that these guys will come back, so I pulled these guys to attack, pull these guys back up the hill. Same here, sort of covering my flanks as best I can. Again, this is when I realised he had slayers. I was like, damn, wondering why my cavalry was getting munched on this flank. This is what I was talking about, like here the dwarves just have the battle slides on their advance. I reckon if they'd have pushed into those trees, backed up by these gyro bombers, they could have easily taken care of us. The only thing they did leave here was Ungrim Iron Fist. He sort of got in here and shut down all our artillery. But he's okay, he's just let him do his thing. At the moment I was just sort of focusing on this little blob here, just trying to get rid of him basically. In hindsight I would have liked, if I'd have put my brace shaman on a chariot, I could have like swung him around here and use these abilities to get rid of them for once and for all. But my gore ball here was really my saving grace. He did so well. Like you can see, he's only on 28 kills, but I was focusing him down on the heavier units. So he's taking out the runesmith now. You can see my little tactic here. So they're chasing after this guy, and this guy's now shooting him in the back. So if they turn around to attack this guy, he will stop, shoot them in the back. And the same with these Centaurs. The dwarves are never going to catch them. Never, ever, ever. As long as they're microed correctly. Only downside with having so many cavalry units, you do tend to miss micro. Like my razor gore herds did get sort of left out, but I wasn't too worried about it. They got pretty decent kills, 46, 41. Gorball, where's Gorball? He's over here. He's just taking out the runesmith, trampling over his dead stunty legs. So my tactic pretty much now was to separate this line here. Get this guy here was getting a bit worried about all this cavalry, I think, so he was trying to blob up and protect himself, whereas this player was hell-bent on taking out my range units. Maybe relying on me to miss micro as I was getting a bit closer to this line here. You see again, these axes coming in, it's massacring them. So yeah, run out of ammo here for my Anvil Raiders. Again, because these guys are pretty fast, I'll just now use these as a holding unit. I don't care if these guys die. We've got Gorball over here causing havoc. I didn't realise I actually charged me to Slayers at this point. It took me about 30 seconds. I was like, oh crap, the Slayers. So trying to get my archers, pin them down. You can see they're getting there. Let's see what it says. The death blow, that's it. Every time they die, they do like a crazy spinny attack. We're sending in more iron breakers. It's got, I think, another unit of slayers somewhere. Over here, yeah. Again, watch these axes coming in. Take out a bunch of just took an axe to the head. So now my ally finally decides to move his army up. They've run out of. They've got their iron drakes, but they're not going to be able to do much. So he just wasn't shooting at his men. I think he must have been scared to like hit his own units or something. But yeah, these gyro bombers are going to drop pretty quickly. See, because we've got the range advantage now, you can just happily sit back and just shoot down all these dwarves if you wanted to. But I think he does charge him in. I wasn't really paying too much attention to what he was doing at this point. Let him do. Look how much ground they've got to cover before they even get close, and then they've got to deal with this line of infantry. See, they're trying to fire the iron drakes at the range flying units, but that's never going to hit them. Very rarely going to hit them. So Gorball and his razor gore friends have taken out the large units of slayers. Probably going a lot more friendly fire there than needed to be, but I had the last healing potion on him, so I was going to kill these and then I'd use the healing potion. Again, here I'm using my Ungor Raiders to pin these guys down. At this point I realised there's like one guy left and I was causing more damage with my own units, so you know what, I'm just going to leave you to it and then just let you get absolutely massacred with axes. So he just gets about 6 or 7 axes to the back of the head. And again, same, there's got one guy left. And again, he gets axed to death. So I'm really enjoying playing as the Beastmen at the moment. I tend to normally just go for like a large army, but I thought it would be quite nice to try out like a smaller infantry based unit, because when you have time you play against Beastmen, you're always guaranteed to come up against cyborgs and everything else like that, so it's quite nice to try and almost trick the other players to what I had. So I'm going to go ahead and end that. So yeah, I hope you like that, guys. So that was playing against Jalenlet, myself, Anastratus, and I think that's a divide symbol. I'm not really sure what it is. Let's go look at the kills. So myself, Gorball got 50 kills, so he did pretty well. The Razor Gore herds, if I'd have micro these even better, I reckon I'd have done even more, but 67 kills when I pretty much left them to their own devices is pretty awesome. My infantry did alright, considering they were like outnumbered 2 to 1. All got almost 50 kills. Oh, okay, never mind. 23-31. Axe units did good, played their dues, and the Ungor Raiders 65 for a unit that cost 475 gold. It's fantastic. Jalenlet, again, he stayed out of the fight most of that, so I was pretty much taken on 2 teams for almost the whole battle until right at the end. But this guy's pretty cool. We had a talk after the battle. We did another battle which I'm going to show you next, or in another video. And again, that was a pretty close call. I'm just going to Anna. Again, he's the guy that went for the the cannons, and oh, it looks like both teams had a cannon. No, okay, never mind. Oh, it's an organ gun, that's why. 5 kills organ gun, just crappy. And this guy just again didn't do amazingly well. I wouldn't bother with the gyro bombers. So yeah, I hope you like that, guys. If you did like that, leave me a comment. You know, ask me to play as another faction or try out a new tactic. Also like the video, and if you want to see more of this stuff, you can always subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is Bob Combs signing out.